everybody was on the island from like 84, 85, all the way to 87, know that it was one dude on there from Brownsville that dudes respected that had mad reps. The son was putting in mad work, was letting his little gun go, was slicing stuff, and that was Tislam. Tislam from Brownsville. If anybody knew anybody from any borough, anybody was on that island in that C-74 or C-73, bro, when the adolescents was 16 and 21, they had one dude from Brownsville that had a big name on that island, son, that had a big rep, and his name was Tislam. Son was really from Howard Avenue, Howard and Dumont. They called him Johnny Jr. But son used to be with all of them. He used to be on 9-8 a lot with no knowledge and on Inf and all of them. Blessed Day used to be with Knowledge Inf and Hash and all of them dudes on 9-8. But son got it in. Son was a dude that really wasn't known in the streets like that. You feel what I'm saying? He got his rep on the island. Because, a lot of dudes was getting 4 building reps. So when son went to the island, son just became a beast. So he got his name on the island. So when he came home with a low name. And son I think he got hit by a car or 5 engine or something like that when he was young. Same thing like with Big Devon. And when he turned 18, he had got his lawsuit money. You feel what I'm saying? So when he got his lawsuit money, he went and got everybody like Knowledge and Inf and all of them. He bought everybody Honda scooters, gold teeth, and all of that stuff. Like, looked out for the whole little crew of 9-8. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Tiz. I don't know whatever happened to son, but son definitely had a super Rikers Island rep. And everybody was on there in them years say that they didn't know nothing about Tiz. Johnny Jr. Tislam, they wasn't there then. And they can't tell me they was there, bro. They can't tell me that.
What building you talking about?
Adolescent.
The 4 building?
It's a 4 building, because at that time Adolescent was in C-74, and then they was also in the woman's house.
And the 6 building too they was in, right?
Yeah. That was for sentence adolescents. You go to C-76 and you be in beiges. Like the sentence adults was in green, and sentence adolescents was in the beiges. That's the only way you be in C-76. You don't go in there. No adolescent gonna go in there for like pre-court, like pre-sentence.
So you said Tislam was fucking with Big Devon on the island?
Yeah, no, you from Big Devon block. You messing with Big Devon in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's his man from the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's his man they live on the same block. Tislam and Big Devon is actually from the same block. Right across the street, because Tiz is actually from Dumont, and from Howard, between Dumont and Livonia. And what's the name? Devon is from Howard, between Dumont and Blake, by the corner of Dumont. You know what I'm saying? And what's the name lived by the corner of Dumont, but on the next block. You feel me? On the next Howard. And that's where Devon eventually from. And then when his mom moved from there, she wound up moving to Pickham Projects. You feel me? But son never really was an East New York dude. Even though his mom moved to Pickham Projects, he still was a Brown. He always, he moved there when his mom moved there, but he still was a Brownsville dude. He never hung out there. He stayed in the Ville. And son went and did that big. Me and son had clapped something because they had tried to say son had robbed the Future. You know what I'm saying? They tried to say that son had robbed the Future, had something to do with some equipment got stolen out the Future. Operation Future, which is a law school in Medina. Before it became a law school in Medina, it was called Operation Future. It was a club, and they tried to get some equipment got stolen out there, and Devon's name came up in it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, whoever the dude's supposed to put Devon's name in it, he had lived on Amboy between, Amboy, relocation Amboy. Tyson block between Blake and Sutter. So me and son went over there. When me and son went over there, son had the 2.5 and I had the tray 8. I didn't even know dude, but son seen dude, and son dude was standing in the street, and me and son wound up clapping dude. You know what I'm saying? And both of us clapped dude, and son, I didn't know son. Then son, like around a week later, son and his family seen son on Picking Avenue. When they seen son on Picking Avenue, they tried to trap son off in the store. And the police was there and all of that. Son didn't have the hammer on him, and son wound up getting caught, and son wound up doing a bid or whatever. You know what I'm saying, over that joint. He wound up getting a 3 to 9 or something like that. Well, something on.
And son ain't mention you at all?
Nah, of course not. You know what I'm saying? Son came home, and when son came home, son had came home and got his lawsuit money from when he got hit by a car when he was young. My son had turned, I guess he turned 18 or 21 in prison or whatever. 18 probably, you know what I'm saying? His son came home and got his paper, and I was locked up, though. His son was out here. His son came home and wowed out, son. All you was hearing was his name. All it was like Two Gun Devon, Big Devon, Forward Devon. It was all his name was going through the whole Ville, son.
After he came home from his bed?
After he came home from his bed. You know what I'm saying? This was like all like through like 90, all like through the early to the late night, like early 90s.
Where he was hanging out at in the Ville, like back on his old block?
He used to be in the Garvey a lot, because his girl was in the Garvey. You know what I'm saying? That's why he got killed in the Garvey. You know what I'm saying? He used to be in the Garvey a lot. All them dudes that was in the Garvey, Little Pumpkin, Ski, and all of them was all his little mans. You know what I'm saying? But he used to be in the Garvey a lot. You know, but, you know, son was being in the Garvey, but son was out of control. Son had a lot of, who you wound up shooting? His son shot, he wound up to shoot dudes, man. I'm trying to think who he shot, man. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on with son. Or you was hearing, I was locked up and I was just hearing son's name. You feel me? I had talked to him a few times, but all I was hearing was son's name. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, back then you barely talked to dudes when they be out of town. You know, everything was collect calls and all of that. You call your family. You feel what I'm saying? Dudes in the street, dudes ain't writing letters to dudes up north and all of that. You feel what I'm saying? But son was in the streets, but son wound up getting killed. Stuff. It was just all type of different rumors about what happened with son. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole bunch of different rumors. But son had a lot of dudes shook in the Ville, son. Son was robbing a lot of dudes. You put the press too on a lot of dudes that was getting a little bit of paper. You know what I'm saying? Like down my way, he was. Oh, I ain't gonna front. Son
how old was son when he got killed?
Son could have been son. He was he had to be in his 20s. He had to be in his 20s because son. Let me see. I came home in 9/8. Son probably got killed. Probably like in 9/5 or 9/6. I know son got killed in a I know son got killed. Probably be like 9/4 now. I know I'm trying to think, was he dead when I'm trying to think of certain prisons I was in, and if someone was dead already. You know what I'm saying? And I heard someone was dead already. I can't remember. I got trying to figure out when son got killed. But I know by the time I came home, he was already dead, because I talked, you know, everybody like, yo, talk to his baby mom's brother. They was trying to say that it was just so much different rumors about the joint, man. It was just a whole bunch of different stories, man. You know, I never really got the truth about that, what happened.
Son was a tall nigga, a short nigga, like
yeah,
what?
Son was a tall dude. Son was tall. Son was tall. Son used to be back in the days. See, son, he wound up coming out the woodworks because people know son. They knew son for knowing how to do the beatbox. So son was mad nice with the beatbox, and son knew how to pop. Son was down with the pop-o-matic. Son was super nice. You know, he one of them tall, slim dudes. And son was super nice and popping. You know what I'm saying? Son was super nice. You know what I'm saying? In that popping stuff, he used to pop with the pop. Like, son was nice and popping. So he had a name in the Ville for knowing how to pop. You know what I'm saying? Boom, like that.
And this was like around what year? Like when he was pop-matic?
He was popping Maddox back in 83. You know what I'm saying? 80, 82, 83, 84, all of that. Before he went to Spofford and did his bid in at Spofford, because he had the DFY bid. I told you they robbed the dude. He wanted to go on the DFY. He went to because I remember Chabon went to Camp McCormick, and he went to Harlem Valley. Yeah. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. As far as at the time dudes being guard body and stuff, how serious did like the kid Devon, was he serious about degrees?
Devon was funny. He used to call himself, he used to say peace to the guards. He's like, yo, peace, my name is Original Bill Understanding from Athena, right? They be like, Original Bill Understanding. Like, that's your name? He's like, yeah. He said, well, my attribute have Bill Understand the letters. They like, what's your attribute? I'll be like, my name is Father Divine, U-Bar, the original, forever shown, prove, sunshine, eternal light, wrote his bond. I'll be something like that. I'm telling you his name, for real. But yo, listen.
Well, he had the mad crazy long attribute.
Yeah, I swear, Divine was funny like that. Right? He said, my name was Father Divine, U-Bar, the original, forever show and prove, eternal light, word is born, I be Allah. Yeah, that was his name, something like that. Anybody that know me, tell you that was his name. Father Divine, the original, show and prove, forever, eternal light, sunshine, all of them things, because we used to mess with them, sunshine! So that was his name, man. That was my man, son. But he came home with some wild out. He became a little name up in the veil and all of that. But I was gone already. I was doing my bid. By the time I came home, son was dead. That happened with a lot of dudes, like, they start doing their little thing. And, you know, by the time I came home, they was already dead. But they got their little shine on and stuff like that.
Okay. How many times before that have you been in the 4 building though?
Probably like 10.
Come on, son.
Probably like 10. So I was ending off the island, son. I was catching mad little cases, son. Going in there for a week, going in there for 2 months. Yeah, son, because I used to be digging in Midtown, son. I used to be catching mad little cases. I've been on the island like, son, you know how many times I've been on the island, son?
What was your longest stay in the 4 building?
My longest stay in the 4 building was probably like a year, probably like a year.
And that was in 89?
Yeah, I did most of 89 in the 4 building. Most of 89, then I went up north. When I went up north in 89, I stayed for like probably a month and a half. But I came back. I came back in January of 90. I came back like the end of January, like January 20 something. I came back. Like I went up November, like November something. I went up in November because I remember I was the 89B number, and I came back down in 90. I came down from the Cat. That's how I remember I was in the Cat. When I came back down from court, I was in Cat Sack. Yeah. And that's when I went to Too Low.
I mean, who was on the island from 89 from New York that you remember in like 89 in the 4 building?
It was there? Like, let me see. Let me see who was there from the start. Let me see, I had to go by like each like section. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like from the start, you had Lil BB was there, like I told you, B.O. brother BB. You had dudes from Fort Greene, like Lil N.A. Lil N.A. was there. You had N.A. Rock was there. Lil N.A. Rock, Lil N.A. From N.A. Rock, Lil N.A. from Nostrand Avenue, that they said went crazy, but son used to get in there. Son was there. Who was there? Moo from Fort Greene was there. Was Bumstead there? I think Bumstead was there. Lil Bumstead from Fort Greene was there. Lucky was there. Lucky Ben cousin. Lucky from Astoria. Lucky was there. Cat from Pink Houses was there. AD from Cypress was there. Pink Houses, Cypress, AD was there. Who else was there from Brooklyn? Lil Shorty Cypress was there. Big Ron Dude from Queens was there. Bless your dad, he died too. He got killed from 40 Projects. Dudes that was on the island, like in Sparford, back in, like, he was a dude from Sparford. He was in Sparford with me and Shu and all of that. And then when I came to the island, my first, like in the island in 88 and 89 and all of that, son was still there on the island. He was one of them giant big dudes. You know how, like, when we was in adolescence, we got the dudes that's like big dudes look like they could be adults. He was like, even in school, they was like the biggest dude in the class, but not that, like, this a big dude. like us, but way bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So at that time when you was there in '89, like what was the robbery game like? Like niggas was coming through with all type of sheepskin.
Yeah,
What type of shit niggas was coming through with?
Dudes, is, you know, back then, dudes was coming through like, you know, on out. Dudes was like, you know, everything was low stuff. You know what I'm saying? Low stuff. Everybody was coming through. You know, Brooklyn dudes were, you know, everybody, you could tell what dude from by the shoes that he wear. Like, you know, Uptown dudes gonna have a pair, you know, Uptowns on. Like, you know, some Air Force Ones. You know, Brooklyn dudes, they're gonna be rocking NBs. You know what I'm saying? They be rocking New Balance, all the different 576s and stuff, whatever color. Because that time they was coming out with the different color 576s. Like, you know, different colors. When they first came out with the royal blue or with the all red, or, you know what I'm saying? Dudes kind of, you know, coming through with the different, you know, color leather Reeboks, like look like the suede, like look like kind of like the 5411, but like for the men, like the suede ones, they coming out with different color suede Reeboks at the time. You know, the regular stuff. So, and, you know, but dudes really on the shines. You know, dudes take footwear from you. You know, your footwear, but, you know, we was on shine because we was smoking weed. So, you know, that's how we get the weed. Like, you know, the adults got the weed, so we used to snatch, you know, the chains and the shines, but the adults buy the jewelry from us and give us the balloons, give us the weed. You know what I'm saying? So we was on I was on jury, me. You know, I'm a rob you for jury. For really, I just rob you for anything. I was petty. I could rob dudes for all type of stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the robbery game was sweet. You know what I'm saying? You got to get a pass. You get a pass to go to the law library or the barber shop or whatever. And we lurked the hallways, you know. Or, you know, the pens. You know, the pens is great. You know, the pens is lovely. The court pens, you know, we from Brooklyn, so, you know, well, we play any pen. We play any pen but Brooklyn pens. Because ain't nobody in Brooklyn pens got nothing. Because everybody is robbers. So, you know, we play that first pen over there when you first come in, like the reception pen that's right there by the office of that. And, you know, because everybody that's coming in from court, like the new admissions going there.
Mm-hmm. And niggas on bail.
Yeah, and bail, and new admissions, and all of that. So we love playing that pen. You know what I'm saying? We play that pen, or we play you know, our favorite pen was the Manhattan pen. The Queens pens is alright, but the Manhattan pens, because everybody in Manhattan is hustlers. You know what I'm saying? So them be the dudes coming in with stuff. Because you could tell basically where a dude come from based on his charge. Like back then, you know what I'm saying? Like dudes coming in from like robbery charges, murder. You know, everybody have murder charges, but most of the murder charges do mostly be from the Bronx or Brooklyn. Like, you know, adolescents, they be from Bronx to Brooklyn. Robbery charges, the majority of dudes with robbery charges be from Brooklyn. The majority of dudes with drug charges really be from Manhattan and Queens. You know what I'm saying? And dudes with like burglary charges be from Queens. Back then, dudes, you know, any arson charges.
Do you remember was it anybody from Staten Island on the island with you that you remember?
Let me see, from Staten Island? It is one dude that was from Staten Island that was rapping. I gotta get his name. What's his name? Let me see his name. Son was from Staten Island, and son used to be in the Lower East Side. What's his name, man? His name don't come to me. And I seen son on the island. I don't know if he got killed. I think I heard something about him, but I seen son on the island when I was there in 2000 when I, you know what I'm saying, had the violation. London. His name was London.
I think I heard of that nigga.
Yeah, son get busy. Me and son got into it before. Son fake tried to cut me when they tried to we was in the Bing together. Dudes didn't know who I was because these were some Bing monsters, and I just came down. This is when I came down from up north, you know what I'm saying? And these dudes was already in the Bing monsters, and I was in there for cutting something, and son of them was in there, and I went to rec. You know, this is how we used to get to the Bing pens. Like when we go to rec, we cut somebody in the yard so they could send us, so they could bring the alarm and take us to the pens, and we be in that pen right there, the Bing pen right over there by medical. When you come out, coming out the receiving room, and you got where the visitors at. You know that pen right there.
Mm-hmm.
That pen. That's
you talking about that? You talking about the Y Me pen that's right by the visiting room?
Yeah, the Y Me pen right by the visiting room. The one that's right by the visiting room. You could go to medical. You can see it right there in the hallway.
Yeah, that's the cell they put you in when you cut somebody.
Yeah, when you come in here, they put you in there. Like when we roll out in the shoe, that's where they bring us to. They bring us there, or they bring us to the 7 and 8 pen. You know what I'm saying? But that's where they usually bring us to You know what I'm saying? Because they be having court in the morning, and you know we do this when we go to rec in the morning. You know what I'm saying? To rec. I had just got to the shoe. This is my first time going to rec. I had just got to the shoe, and when I went in the yard, London tried to grab me, and the Jamaican dude named Scar, they call him Jamaican Scar, try to act like he tried to cut me, and I pushed him and swung on him, and then dudes grabbed everybody, and the police came, and we just all slid back up. I'm like, oh, I'm seeing them. Then when I got back up, and they ain't all of them was all in the shoe at the time. Everybody was in there. They were like, what happened? What happened? They was like, what happened? Everybody knew something happened. I was like, yo, some clowns. They like, who? They like, what? They like, nah, that ain't happening. So we all going out there tomorrow. They're like, they try to cut you. I'm like, yeah, they're like, we going out there tomorrow.
You talking about this is Bing Rec?
In Bing Rec, we didn't have no cases. We just had the yard. You know what I'm saying? And but in the other buildings, like in the adult buildings and stuff like that, in the yard, you go in cages.
So you said
you ain't going no cages when you go to Bing Rec.
You said you told niggas that the kid London tried to cut you and y'all was going.
London tried to hold me. I told him Scar tried to cut me, but Scar never had no razor in his hand. Scar fake. They didn't really know who I was. They wasn't sure. And when the whole move went down, they try to fake a move. I be hating when dudes fake it. Son didn't even have no razor in his hand. Son, if he did, he dropped it. But when son touched me, cause son did touch me on my face, son. But now look, if son, if he had it, it didn't even cut me, son. But son, cause I think son was faking a move, son. I ready to beat son up, son. You hear me? I try to beat him up. You feel me? And they came and grabbed me, you know what I'm saying? The police, again, it was crazy, son, but when I went back up to the thing, I told everybody what happened. Everybody's like, yo, we going out there in the morning. So we all went out there in the morning, London, all of us. And son of them found out, like, dudes like, yo, son, that's people, son, you already know what it is. So I'm like, yo, son, I ain't trying to get nothing. Don't you know, everybody apologized and all of that stuff, and they like, because ain't nothing happened. They be like, yo, you know, dude playing politics, like, yo, ain't nothing happened, nobody get cut, yo, son, you ain't get cut, yo. Son is people. Son of them just didn't know who he was. London was like, yo, if you want to, you can. Let me tell you what son said. Son, I hope somebody listens. I swear, son told me on some little kid stuff, son. Son was like, yo, son, if you want to, son, you can steal me. Told me I could punch him in the face if I want to. But son was official though. But son, it's a lot of dudes that was official that became official later on that I met them on their interest. Because a lot of dudes when they first come to the island, they don't really be nobody. You know what I'm saying? But they learn the game, they learn, and you know, sometimes it opens up and builds something in them, and whoever they are basically come out. And then they come out, and next thing you know, the dude, he was there, he probably got robbed back when he was on the island, but now some running around, you know, blazing stuff and got a little name for himself. And probably wasn't nobody in the street or wasn't nobody when he first got there, but he learned the ropes. You feel me? Just like the dude.
And that's what a lot of people.
Some was a cold punk on the island before when he was an adolescent. Then he was a punk in the street. I slapped the taste out of his mouth. Then when I came to the island, son had the jack in a 4 building amongst goals. You feel what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that's what some people really love about Rikers Island, though, man. Like it's unpredictable who's gonna come into power in that motherfucker.
You never know. Son, I be coming to the island, son. I used to be acting like I used to ask people. I'd be like, yo, man, like I run into a dude, and I'd be like, because I really don't try to embrace a dude till I feel what he's doing, son. Because I'm not gonna embrace no lame, son. Because I don't know who you are on the island. I only know who you are in the street. You feel what I'm saying? The island is a whole different animal. Just because this dude in the street don't mean you that same dude on the island, son. I already know. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So when I see a dude, I be trying to feel him out to see, like, especially if you from the hood, you know what I'm saying? Especially from my block or something. Man, let me see what son. What you doing? Son, you on the phone, son? You using that phone down there? First thing I ask a dude, son, I be like, yo, son, what's up? You using the phone in that UN, son? Like, this one of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking though. I'm asking him in front of his whole unit. I see them, they going to trial, son. I'm probably in the hallway with a barber pass, son. They going to trial. I go to him while he with his unit. I say, yo, son, what up? I see you. I'm like, what's up? You touching that jack? What's up? You touching that jack in there? Right in front of everybody in his house. So they want to, you feel what I'm saying? Put him right on the spot. You feel me? Just like that. So you touching that jack? I see you with your house. I see your unit. What's up? You touching that jack up in there?
Yeah.
Put him right on the spot. You know, you ask me, I'm like, you already know it, son. You already know. Come on. What's understood don't need to be explained. I'm touching it. Ask these chumps. Who touching it?
Yo, but like, all right, so how did who was the first motherfucker that, if there was a motherfucker, who was the first person that taught you about the Rikers Island, the C-74 phone culture? Cause like, was it really that you wanted to get on the jack, or was it that you needed to run that jack to let niggas know who you was?
Nah, see, like with the phone culture thing, it's like me, son, it's like I'm an alpha. So it's like whatever you gotta, like whatever position that the alpha's supposed to play, I'm gonna try to assume the position. You know what I'm saying? So we in the position, we in the island, and we in the unit, and the alpha is the dude that got the phone and got the most time on the phone. You feel what I'm saying? Me being who I am, I'm going to try to assume, make an attempt to assume the position, because sooner or later, it's really not an attempt being made, but just natural, basically on who I am, I'm going to assume the position sooner or later. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's my birthright, so I'm going to assume that position. So when I go into a unit, it's like, the phone culture is like I said, is the man is the man who got the jack. And me, I'm a dude that want that power. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always wanted. So it's like, I gotta be the person in control. I gotta be the alpha, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be somewhere, I gotta be in control some type of way. You feel me? And that's what it was with me. And so with the phone culture, it came natural to me when I'm coming into a unit. Like, yo, son, I'm letting people know, yo, like, yo, strength, recognize strength. If I see some strong dudes, some real dudes that got the jack, I'm going to go to them and I'm going to give them my spiel. Like, yo, son, if we got to go gun to gun, we got to go. But, son, I need to touch that jack. Now figure it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't coming in here trying to cause no problems. I'm just letting you know I'm a man. And like, yo, son, if y'all men and y'all recognize, I know y'all recognize strength when I see it, man. If y'all on some family time, then, yo, y'all on some family time, make sure y'all know I'm family. This is what it is. But if y'all not, and everybody just on man for everybody, man for themselves, and everybody just got time, then yo, what's up? Then we can rock. What's up? What's up? What's going on? Let's rock. You know what I'm saying? And dudes be like, yo, son, nah, son, ain't even like that, son. Let me tell you, son, you already know how it go. Dudes be trying to compromise and all of that. And like, yo, son, we gonna give you a half then and a half at this
so
time.
You said what house you said you was in mostly in '89? You said one lower. Oh no, hold on. Oh yeah, you already told about when y'all went out to the yard in the bank. So you said that was the house you had the jack in. You said it was one lower at the time.
I had the house. I had the jack in one lower and two lower. Let me see. Whatever house I was in '89, I was in one lower and two lower. The Bing mostly. One lower, two lower in the Bing.
And who else had jacks in the Ford building at that time? Who was running houses and had the jack?
Shu was over in what's his name? He was, because when I came down in '90, Shu was in the Ford building. He was like in Mod 9 or Mod 8, one of those. Cause all those things was always the same to me, like Mod 8, Mod 9. I couldn't tell. I knew one of them used to be like a Queen's house. I think Mod 7 at one time was like the MO house. It's two houses, like one side was Queens and one side was whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I know Shu had one of them phones over there in either Mod 9 or Mod 8, because I seen Son, because Son had came through him, Tree, and who was it? It was him, Tree, and somebody else caught a case. They caught a case about some diamonds or something. I'm trying to remember who it was, but it was him. It was probably him, Tree, and Half. I can't remember, but they all three had came through, and dudes had went home. But I think 6 months later, they had went home from, I think, and then 6 months later, Shu got indicted. You know how they send you home, and then they, like, you don't get indicted when you first go to criminal court, and so they send you home until you got 6 months to get indicted, but they make it into a misdemeanor. And then so they came back 6 months later, and they had indicted him on a joint or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And Son was there, and I seen Son. He was there. He had the phone over there. Somebody had the phone in Mar 9 too. What his name is? Son from the Bronx. because I was an anime seg a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? I was an anime seg, so I used to be there. Like I used to get kicked out of population. So I used to be an anime seg, and dudes like it's pre-game. So when dudes used to catch shots, they used to have to come down to either one lower or two lower. Both of them was anime seg, and I was in both of them. So dudes would have to come to me, got Tony, because on one side was anime seg, and the other side was population. But the thing about it, all of us, we all ate inside the unit. They didn't let us go. They wouldn't let us go to, because all of this was all of the dudes that they didn't want a population that had influence, dudes that, you know, was supposed to be somebody or whatever in adolescence. They had us all trapped down there, you know what I'm saying, and wouldn't let us go to the child hall. And we was on the adult side because we was over there in one lower. You know what I'm saying? So we was on the adult side. So we used to eat in the unit. And so when dudes do something and you catch a shot, they used to send a ticket. They used to send you to anime seg. So you down there and anime seg, that's administrative segregation, right? They used to send dudes down there, and they be there waiting to see what's going to happen at the Bing hearing. You know what I'm saying? And then once they happen, whatever happened at the Bing hearing, they be there basically pre-Bing, waiting to go to the Bing. You know what I'm saying? So when dudes come down there, it be dudes, a lot of dudes that be like, they might have cut somebody, robbed somebody, cut somebody, and these be dudes that's supposed to be somebody that come there because they done cut somebody or did something. So when these dudes come down there, and you already know that phone situation, you already know I got the jack, you know what I'm saying? So when you come down there, and I used to be letting dudes know, like, yo, bro, yo, son, I had to tell them, son, ain't nothing happening, bro. They be like, yo, I'm like, yo, I let them know as soon as they get there, let me holler at you, son. But listen, that phone situation, they're like, nah, son, I'm like, no, son, you know, son, that phone situation, bro. Because they be quickly tell me, like, yo, son, I'm not here, I'm just here, son, I'm not here for no, you know what I mean? I'm here, I got a ticket, I'm waiting to see what they gonna do, I'm going to the Bing. I understand all of that. But that phone situation, son, ain't nothing happening. You know what I'm saying, son? Ain't nothing happening. It was me. I had, like, even when I was two, I had no drama down there, no Brave Dave from the Bronx dudes that was down there back there, and like from like 88 to like 92, they should all know, they know son from the Bronx, son getting in, from the HTM getting in too. I had son down there, had the little man, what's his name, man? What's shorty little name, man? He was from the son was from what's the name? He was from I think he's from like Evansville or something. No dude, because I know he was beefing with one of them dudes from the Bronx. They had some super beef. They always be fighting in the law library and all of that, man. But son, yeah, but a lot of dudes that came down there, son. Dudes was coming down there, son.
So nobody never came down there trying to just straight dead the jack?
Man, it's not, son. Don't disrespect me like that, son.
I'm saying a nigga could have came down there and tried.
Son, listen, son. This is something for real, son. Right, son? And son, if I walk into the room and I see you, son, I'ma feel your energy, son. Remember they say strength recognize strength, son? That's some real stuff, son. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got a lot of phones, son. Going in units and I see who the strong is, and I can feel the energy. And I be like, yo, I already know I'm more manly than them, son, because you gotta remember, son, dudes like us, we're the epitome of masculinity. You feel what I'm saying? It's like real pure alpha males. And so when we go into certain like circles of men, the men recognize the hierarchy. And they be like, yo, this is the king. Yeah, we all gotta submit. You feel what I'm saying, son? So it's like I take different type of animals, son. It's like if I go in the room, son, I don't care if it's dude that ate the body, Jeffrey Dahmer, I don't care Bin Laden, I don't care Muhammad Ali, I don't care, it's the men of the men who represent manhood to the people who they visualize as a man. If I go in the room with them, son, I'm gonna look them in their eye, they gonna know like, yo, that dude right there is a man, and if I got a problem with him, I need to be getting at him because son gonna get at me. You feel me, son? Everybody, anywhere I go, the person in the room gonna know that I'm a man. They gonna know that I'm gonna be dealt with on your level. I don't care how many people you ate, how many people you shot or killed, or I don't care, you know what I'm saying, like Styles said, I don't care who you shot, or you know what I'm saying, I don't care whoever you shot, and all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Like, son, I don't care, son, who you are. You're gonna recognize me as a man when I step in the room. I'm just as man as you, or more manly, bro. If you ain't gonna be more man than me, I'll be just as man as you or more manly than you, bro. And you're gonna recognize that. And that's how I approach every room that I go in, son. This is why I fear nothing. You know?
This is when you was an adolescent or you was on the adult side of the four
I
bedroom?
was an animal lesson. I was an adolescent. That's when I was on. So I went to the island then for the shooting. When I was on the island, they didn't send me to the island this time. When I got built up, when I got locked up for the what's name, they sent me straight to the what's name. They sent me straight to the Tombs from the parole office. You feel me? I went to the Tombs. So now they sent me to the Tombs, but to the old one. You know, they got two sides. They got the new side and the old side. The old side, I was up in a unit called 10 West. And then 10 West is like a medical unit because they got all of the dudes there that's on dialysis. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I first learned about dialysis. You know, so all of the dudes was on dialysis was up there in 10 West. So I was in that unit, and then they wound up moving me to the new building. So now when they moved me to the new building, mind you, you already know, I already got it, John. You know what I'm saying? But I got it inside the shampoo bottle. I had one of them big shampoo bottles, though, with a long, like, ice pick in it. Like a thick ice pick. It's like a bone crusher was up in that joint. And shampoo and everything. So when I get in the unit, when they bring me in the unit, I go in there. I was in like 6 North, right? I go in 6 North. So I go in there. I don't know nobody in there, not one soul. I don't know if I'm gonna know somebody, but right now I ain't seen nobody. I go right in my cell. It was like kind of like towards the nighttime when I got there, and like probably after dinner or nothing, right? And I go in my cell. I take the knife outside of the shampoo. And I'll clean it off, you know what I'm saying? Clean it off, wipe off all of the shampoo and stuff. Boom, you know what I'm saying? Throw a nice handle on it, like that, you know what I'm saying? Real quick, because they already had a handle, but I put like a grip of sheet, you know how to make the handle on it so it don't like come out my hand, like put a string around it. You know what I'm saying? So it don't come out my hand. So I go and I see the dudes on the phone. I see, you know, there's always gonna be a black phone and a Spanish phone. So I see the dude on the black phone. Like that's, I see a dude tell me that's the black phone, so I see a dude on it. So I like, who got the phone next? Dude was like, yo, he got it. So I was like, yo, bro, you think I can get the last 5 minutes? I can call my people and let them know where I'm at. Dude was like, cool. So dude went and got on the phone. Then like towards the end of his time or whatever, he's like, yo, bro, here you go. Go ahead, call your people. Right? So when he gave me the phone, I went and got on the phone and called my bro. He's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? They just sent me to another unit, Yeah, but I'm on the phone. I'm about to see what's up with this Jack or whatever. She's like, oh, please, ain't what? I'm like, yo, I'm about to see what's up with this Jack. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, all right, whatever. So you already know what I did. I took out the phone jack. You know how you take the jack, the handle. You know what I'm saying? So I unplugged the handle from the mouth. I unplugged the mouthpiece. You know, the mouthpiece. So I unplugged the mouthpiece and took it to the back, you know what I'm saying? Because the dude is supposed to get on the phone after me. I never remember. I was only on the phone for like 1 minute, and I just really wanted the phone so I could get the mouthpiece. You feel me? So I took the mouthpiece and I took it to the back of the unit. And when I took it to the back of the unit, I pulled out the knife and was like, "Excuse me, who got time on the black phone? Anybody here got time on this phone right here? This black phone? Come back here. I need to talk to you." You feel what I'm saying? So when I seen dudes, like I seen one dude had like a push broom, and I see him like unscrewing the stick or whatever. I wasn't worried about him, but I seen him doing it. But dudes start walking to the back and stuff, and they like, yo, what's up? And you know, I did my spiel on them like, yo, listen, what's up? What y'all trying to do? I need to get on this jack. I don't know who y'all think I am. You know, I gave my spiel, like, Strip, better recognize Strip, I'm here. All I want to do is touch the jack. I need to call my people. I need to call them in prime time. And I need an hour on this phone. We need to work something out, or we can all leave. You know what I'm saying? And some of them was like, the dudes that had the jack there, he was like, yo, son, let me holler at you or whatever. So they came and they hollered at me. And he was like, yo, this how we got it going on. It's a family jack, but we got open time here from 7 30 to 8, and then you can get over here on this time from 8:30 to 9. I was like, nah, son, I need an hour straight. You know what I'm saying? And son of them was like, all right, then. So I said, son, what time you got? So I made it to where I could get a straight hour from 8 to 9. Some of them gave me an hour straight up. So I was like, all right. So now, the Spanish dudes that was in the unit, seen what's going down. So they come to me. They like, yo, what up, bro? One dude was from the East. And he was like, yo, son, let me tell you something. These dudes in here is punks. You know what I'm saying? He see you, like, I see you coming here already. You got these dudes shook. Son already knew what it was. Because son from BK. He said, I see you got these dudes shook. He said, but like, yo, son, don't let these dudes fool you, because these dudes, there's punks up in here, whatever. I said, son, you know how I be. Sometimes dudes don't be punks. They just need looking for the right dude to come and ignite something in them. I hate when dudes say something about dudes that I'm around, because I'm not gonna I'm gonna talk up for them. Now I'm not gonna let you talk down on the black, but you know, we racial at that time. It was a lot of racial tension. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna let you just say something about the blacks. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, these dudes, I'm gonna speak up for them. You feel what I'm saying? Even though I came in Brody, I'm still gonna speak up for them. So I'm like, yo, nah, dudes just be looking for the right leader or whatever to follow. You feel what I'm saying? That's all. You know what I'm saying? So son was like, yeah, whatever. You know, so how the incident happened is that you already know the phone became mine. You already know. You already know that first day. I already seen how it was. Those dudes already know I was the alpha. So the phone became mine. So I had the jack, and I was the one. You know, after like a week and a half, 2 weeks, I was already giving out phone time already. That was my jack. You know, and I was just using it from 9 to click, sometimes 8 to click. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you know, I had dudes. Dudes had half an hour. My time started at 6 o'clock. Dudes had 6 to 6:30, 6:30 to 7, 7 to 7:30, 7:30 to 8. And I would get on from 8 to click. I'll let somebody get on from 8 to 8:30, 8:30 to 9. So it depends on who's on the unit at the time and if I respected them. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm rocking. You know what I'm saying? Click. So now all of the Spanish dudes know that I got the jack. And they know how I got the blacks, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So, but you got a lot of old Spanish net guys and old Spanish dudes in there or whatever, you know, when they all on a Spanish phone. So one day, I come out the unit, it's chow time, it's lunchtime, like they would lock you in before lunch. Like they lock you in, lunch is coming, so they lock you in, you know, like a matter of fact, it was like dinner time. And they lock you in, and you know, when you come out for the, after the count, you know, being there for the count, you come out, like the mail will probably be there. The mailman used to go from floor to floor. So the mailman named Brown at the time, he used to come around with the mail. So now, this time will come out, the mailman was just getting there, like he must have been just getting there, because he the one I wound up stabbing, but he wound up getting there, and when he got there, they was calling child, letting us out. So when we come out, you know, the phone was right there. I ain't worried about child, I'm trying to get on that jack, you feel what I'm saying? But they gonna come with the big thing and start giving out the trays or whatever. So I'll go to get on the jack, but when I go to get on the jack, it was a Spanish dude on the jack. You feel what I'm saying? So the dude was on the jack, so I'm like, okay, you're on my jack, so I'm gonna just get on the Spanish jack. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody was on it, but there's a Spanish dude on my jack. So I'm not saying, I'm not cool. I'm not like, yo, nah, bro, you can't get on that phone. You gotta get off. I just let him rock, because right now, no phone time is starting. It's just right after we came out. We ain't even eat chow yet. You feel what I'm saying? So I come out and I go get on the Spanish jack. So now I'm on a jack. A Spanish old man come to me. He's like, yo, get off the phone. I'm like, what? He's like, get off the phone. I'm like, yo, bro, he on my phone. Like, your man on my phone. Like, your Spanish phone on my phone. He's like, no, get off this phone. So I hang the phone up. I go in and say, I'm like, what you talking about? He said, you take that phone from them guys. You take that phone, but you not gonna take this phone. Boom! And headbutted me right in my face. Son, he headbutted me right in my face, son. From nowhere, just stand up and take on you. He said, you take that phone from them guys there, from the black guys, but you not taking this phone. Boom! And headbutted me in the face, son. Son, I was more shocked than any. I was shocked and appalled. I couldn't believe it, son. The dude headbutted me right in the face, son, right between the eyes. I'm like, yo, what the S? I'm like, yo, I'm gonna kill this dude. So I went, kindly walked right away. Like, see, yo, can you hear so-and-so, Shell? Because I myself was right there on the bottom tier, like where you can walk, and you got to walk down some steps, and you know, the first tier, the shells is right there. like the first tier cells, like you walk down the stairs and they like right under the other cells, but first floor you gotta walk down into that, like gutter thing. So he popped my cell open because dudes get ready for trial. So dudes want their cells cracked to get their cups and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they crack my cell. I go in there. You already know I would go in there, grab the hammer. But when I'm going there to get my thing, everybody getting their cells cracked. Dudes going in there. I seen them coming out with like their coats and stuff on. You know what I'm saying? Coming out with their winter coats on because it's going down. So as soon as I come out there, what I did? I just started rushing. I just ran out of everybody in the unit. I flipped them. I tried to stab everybody. Everybody did was throwing their trays at me. I came out just swinging a knife. Everybody started throwing their trays and everything. I'm running, trying to get dudes. But the police in there, they done hit I'm chasing them. The police in the way. I thought I stabbed you. Anyway, I wound up stabbing back. I didn't know I stabbed them. But I was just swinging that knife. And they wound up calling the people. So the people was coming. Alarm came and like a gate was going down outside the unit. And Brown was there. And he already got me outside the unit. I got the knife in my hand. And he was like, yo, just give me the knife. Just give me the knife. Because I'm like, nah, I ain't giving up this knife. I got the whole unit after me. I'm trying to get the whole unit. But he got me outside the unit in the hallway now. And they coming up. They done hit the button.
You said you made a mistake and stabbed him, that same police?
Yeah, but I didn't know I stabbed him.
He knew he was stabbed?
Huh? I think so. I don't know if he even knew he was stabbed. I don't know. I never seen him after this. All I know is I stabbed. They gave me a new charge. Let me show you. So when I didn't even know I stabbed him, but I know I was just swinging a knife, trying to poke everybody. You feel what I'm saying? So, and he was in the way. You feel me? He was trying to stab me and stop me and all of that. I don't even know why. Listen. So this is the thing. I gave him the knife. This is how the thing is. I gave him the knife because he act like he was cool. Son was a black dude. He was kind of young. He was cool. You feel what I'm saying? And there was a lot of police down with the program back then. You feel what I'm saying? So I thought Son was cool. Son was probably a Harlem dude or whatever. Had a little fro or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Tom dudes had them little blowouts back then. You know what I'm saying? So he had a little blowout, and I'm like, yo, I gave him the joint. So when they came, they took me down. I'm like, yo, Son ain't gonna get me caught with the joint. So they come and they took me down to the reception area or whatever. So when I'm down there, when anytime you're involved in an incident, you gotta go to medical or whatever. So they ready to take me to medical, to get a physical or whatever. So I'm going to medical. Like, nah, then they was like, when they was taking me there, it became a big situation. It was like, nah, the officer that he stabbed is inside medical right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what they talking about, the officer I stabbed? I'm in my head like, what the heck they talking about? You feel what I'm saying? Yo, and them Germans is crazy. And then at the end of the day, they wind up have me signing the Miranda paper and all of that stuff like that. And they fingerprint you. They fingerprinted me, had me read me my rights, had me sign the Miranda papers and all of that stuff like that. And do this fingerprint card and charged me with a misdemeanor assault. And told me I had to go to Bronx criminal court. Any cases that you caught when you was locked up anywhere, Rikers Island, in Manhattan, anywhere, any place, you gotta go to any jail case. You go to Bronx criminal court back then. Any jail case, that's where they prosecuted you at for a prison case. Yeah, back then, anybody tell you they caught a prison case on Rikers Island, they all tell you go to Bronx criminal court. That's who prosecutes you for a prison case in New York City. So
after that, they sent you to the island?
Yeah, they sent me from there. They sent me to the max unit up there. They had a max unit. It was on I think the 12th floor or something like that, or the 9th floor, whatever the floor go up to in the new building. That top floor, that's where they sent me. That's their max unit, and they sent me up there. And you already know it ain't nothing. I got the jack. You already know ain't nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? They toughest guys and as tough as me. You know what I'm saying? So I went up there, and from there, I went to HDM Bank. And I went to HDM Bank then. And from there. And I was at HDM Bank, and from HDM Bank, I wound up going from HDM Bank.
Who was in there? Who was in there when you got down to HDM Bank? Who was in the bank?
Prince was there. Prince from Supreme Team. They had got him. He was there before he went to the feds. They had him there. He was at HDM Bank. My man Umar from Brownsville, he was there from Brownsville. Umar, he was there. Yeah, but it was most of the dudes like that was in the building at that time. Like what's name was in the building at that time. That's when the dude Love from Uptown from Harlem, he was there. The dude Love, he had a little name Love, and what's the name from LH, Born Son. They was all in the same house. Born Son and Love and them. They was all in on 2 block and 4 block. That's where Chicky and all of them was at. All the Spanish boys from the Bronx that was getting a little paper. And they was all in 4 block at the time. But it was a lot of dudes in HDM at the time. So,
what are you talking about? This was 90?
This is 91. This is 91. This is 91 because I left. This is 91, yeah, because I was in what's the name? The Tombs, and this one I got arrested for the shooting. I had both of them cases. I had the robbery and I had the shooting case, and I was in Tombs, and then I went to HDM Bing. But then from there, I wound up going back to the 4 building because I went to the 4 building when I got out of HDM Bing. They took me to the 4 building. For the 4 building, I wound up going up north. I got sentenced, and but I was already in the 4 building. But they send you to the 4 building when you get sentenced anyway, when you're an adults.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta remember, like, if I went to somewhere before the 4 building, or did I go? I'm trying to remember if I went straight from like HDM Bang or straight to the 4 building. But I know I went to the 4 building because I went there. That's when my cousin was there. That's when Mick and them was there. I'm saying my little man Devon and Mikael and all of them was there then. And little Shy Wells and all of them. That's when all of them was there in 91. I mean in 92. In the beginning of 92. The dude that was didn't want to rap. You know what I'm saying? He was laying on his bed, like laid down on his bed, like has his body off the bed, like with one of his legs on the ground and the other leg on the bed, like got him like stretched down on his bed. And I told New York to go tell him, go holler at, go tap him, and tell him to come to the back of the unit that somebody want to holler at him. So I went to the back of the unit. I was right there with the owl. I was playing the back of the unit wall, and I got the hammer on me. My hand already. So when New York go tap him and tell him that, he popped up. He jumped right up out the bed and he was like half asleep. So he just popped up. He's like, huh? And just started walking to the back. And I see him. I see the whole thing. So now he walked to the back and he turned the corner of the owl. As soon as he turned the corner of the owl, it was right there. And I stabbed him right in the face. I stabbed him in the face with this screw. Like kind of like kind of like near the temple, but like by the cheekbone, but it kind of went in like under like the jaw, top of the jawbone, by the like cheekbone, but not there, not in the temple, but in the face. You know what I'm saying? And it went in good, right? Boom. It kind of, but it didn't make because one time when I had stabbed the dude in the face with a screw and Rikers Island, the joint made the sound like a going in like a cushion and stuff. So I must have hit him like in the cheek or something because it made that sound, but it didn't make that sound when I stabbed him, right? But he grabbed his face and he started running, and he ran down the alley. He ran straight out the unit. Now let me tell you, inside the unit was a chaplain, and the sergeant was sitting inside the officer station at the book. You know how they got the sign in the book when they make the rounds, and the what's the name? The officer. Not the sergeant, the sergeant or the captain, whatever they be called, the white shirt or whatever, right? I've been in so many different facilities, like different cities and stuff, in different states, in different like systems. They be called different stuff, and I've been forgetting what they call them in New York. Is like, what's the next step over?
Yeah.
Like
different chains of command.
Yeah, different chains of command. But it could have been a sergeant or the captain. I think in New York it was like the captains or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The white shirts to come first, then the sergeants to come. I don't know, right? But anyway, the white shirt was up in there. So when he ran, I seen him, and he ran straight to the chaplain, and the chaplain took him straight to the white shirt, to the sergeant. say sergeant or whatever. So when he went to the sergeant, he was talking to him, and the sergeant went and hit the thing, the alarm, and they rushed to the unit. So then now they in the unit, but at the same time it's child time. So the door is open, people still going out to child. You feel me? So now when they come in there now, they still they standing at the door like on both sides, on the inside and outside, and they letting people go to child. But you can tell they looking at everybody. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to go out. You know what I'm saying? So I went out trying to trying to act like I'm talking to somebody and trying to like I'm in conversation, trying to slide past them. But they was like, nah, you right there, come here. And they grabbed me up. Like, what's up? They like turned around, they cuffed me up and escorted me to the special housing unit. Right? So now I'm in the shoe. So when I'm in the shoe, they give me a shot. They give me a ticket. And when I get the ticket, they're saying that I'm being charged with assault of a inmate with a weapon and assault of an inmate with a weapon, and they also gave me a shot for unauthorized religious gang material, 105.12, right? Because they found some lessons inside my property. And that's around that time. That's when they was giving everybody the 105.12 and they was getting caught with degrees, right? So I ain't got a bang on me. I've been have passed that off. You already know. Put it back in the spot. You know the spot was right at the bed where it came from. You feel what I'm saying? Right back in that hole where it came from, having hanging like, you know what I'm saying, part of the bed. You already know. You already know how it was. I don't play no games with it. I'm inside the shoe now, and they just charged me with the assault. But the shot say, this is what the shot say. This is where the whole thing got confusing. The shot says, or the ticket says that the inmate, it says that I'm being charged with assault, inmate with a deadly weapon, and then the body of the shot says that inmate so-and-so says that me, inmate so-and-so, stabbed him with a stabbed him with an unidentified sharp object as he was inside the unit's bathroom, and the other inmate, they had New York government. They said that New York grabbed him, and I walked up to him and stabbed him inside the unit's bathroom, and he ran out and went to the officer, right? And the officer wrote the shot. You know what I'm saying? Called the lieutenant or whatever, hit the button. Now, you and I already know, I just said that when he came out, I stabbed him in the back of the unit, not inside the bathroom, and that when he ran to the chaplain, and the chaplain took him to the white shirt, not to the officer. You feel me? So I already know the story is already messed up. You feel me? And I'm already a vet to the Justmo system already. You know what I'm saying? I've been caught so many shots already in tier 1s and 2s and 3s, and you know what I'm saying? Especially like shots for assaults and stuff, where I already know that you could call a person that you stabbed as a witness and all of that. I already know all of the rules of the hearings. But I don't, you know what I'm saying? I've been through the situation already plenty of times. So, and I'm not bragging, I'm complaining, trust me, right? And so when I see the body of the language, the language of the shot, the body language, I'm like, yeah, I have to try to do something like this. So now when they call me to the hearing, you already know I'm calling everybody as a witness. So I'm calling the dude as a witness because I already know he's going to tell us. If he's telling exactly what happened. So he's going to contradict what they wrote in the shot, and he don't know what they wrote in the shot. He don't know that they wrote the shot wrong. He don't know that he told him that he got stabbed in the back of the unit. I know he had to tell him that because that's where I stabbed him at. Why would he tell him that I stabbed him in the bathroom if I stabbed him in the back of the unit? It don't make no sense to lie where you got stabbed at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, all right. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna call him as a witness because I'm gonna see what's going on. Something don't make no sense. So when I call him as a witness, you know, when I question him in there, and you can question him, but you gotta question him through the hearing officer. So I tell the hearing officer the questions, like, I already wrote my questionnaire already down. Like, for every witness, I already wrote a questionnaire. Like I told you, I'm a vet to the game. So for each witness, I already got a questionnaire ready and got, you know what I'm saying, received answers and questions that I'm going to come back with if they answer this way or that way. I had the whole thing, you know what I'm saying, figured out. But so I thought, you know what I'm saying, like everybody, they got life figured out. But anyway, when I call him as a witness, he comes to the hearing and he tells the story. He says that New York called him to the back of the unit, and then when he came to the back of the unit, that I stabbed him in the face. So I said, then I asked him the question, so are you saying that you never got stabbed in the bathroom? He said, no, I didn't get stabbed in the bathroom. You stabbed me in the back of the unit. I said, okay. I said, also, are you saying when you came out there, who did you go to? Did you go to your problem with the situation to the officer, or did you go to the sergeant? And he said he went to the chaplain, and the chaplain took him to the sergeant. I said, okay, cool, that's it, no further questions. Now you already know what the shots say. The shots say in the bathroom and all this other stuff. So he contradicted everything that they said that he told them in the shot. You feel me? So after that, I wound up calling the chaplain as a witness, and he contradicted what happened, and the officer contradicted. I called them all as witnesses, and they was witness over the phone, and all of them contradicted each other. Right? It was a real doggone clown show, and the hearing officer knew it, and he was steaming. He was red because he knew now, really looking like there's no way I can really find this man guilty with all of this conflicting testimony. So they sent me back to my cell and was like, yo, you gotta wait for your decision. So when they brought me back to paper, you know, they bring me back paper, go there and all of that, he told me that he was finding me whatever, not guilty or whatever for the joint, because when they gave me the paper back, it was said because of the conflicting testimony. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, on conflicting testimony, he said he had to find me not guilty. You know, so he found me not guilty, but they still gave me 90 days for the possession for the 105.12. They gave me 90 days in the shoe for possessing unauthorized religious/gang material. Right? So I did my time in the shoe and came out. So when I came out, that's kind of around the time that I wound up getting moved to the projects. By then, I was in the projects, and when I was in the projects, I wound up. That's when I wanted to get my program. That's when I was in horticulture, and I was in with the karate dude happened when I cut him. And like I told you, he went and told the people that I pulled out a razor on him, and they came and strip searched me out the kitchen, and they took me to the school building and strip searched me. Later on, when we came back from child, go back to the units, and when we come out the units, going back to the program, I seen them walking on the walkway, going to the what's the name, to the program, and I slid through the big crowd, came up from behind him, grabbed him by his forehead, and I draped him one time, just across the face, grabbed him for, one good drape. I ripped him, boom, and slid back into the crowd. And, whatever, they came, everything, grabbed him up, whatever. And I went to program, and they came to the program and came and got me. They came and got me. I already knew they was coming, though, because they already told me that that's not happening to him. And they was pissed off because I cut him after they told me, like, you let this dude go, and told me nothing not happened to him, but he wouldn't cut him anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they was pissed off behind it. And I went to the shoe, and I was in the shoe, man. It's so crazy because dude never seen me cut him, bro. You feel me? Dude never seen me cut him, bro. Dude never seen me cut him. You feel what I'm saying? Basically, when I got the shot, but a year, because I done got a year. I remember I got a year for an assault. bro, just for one assault, bro, a year, bro, for stabbing somebody. They gave me a year. They gave me a year, and they gave me a year shoot time, and then they wound up taking it and changing it from a year shoot to a year keep lock. It took me out the shoe, and I was in long-term keep lock, and I had a year on long-term keep lock. And I remember because I won my appeal on that joint when I was in Wendy, and that's when I was in Wendy with Larry Davis and them. And that's my man, but that's another story, right? But yeah.
But yo, so you went to the box again now for this in Oneida for cutting the nigga?
Yeah, so I went to the box again in Oneida for cutting dudes. But basically the way the thing went, I'm gonna make a short story shorter, but I wound up beating the shot based on his testimony after hearing, saying that he didn't see who actually cut him because he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I ran up behind him and grabbed him by his head, by his forehead with my hand and just raped him and slid back into the crowd. When I raped him, the first thing he did was grab his face and round.
What type of joint was it?
It was an ox. It was just a regular blue steel, probably. Like, I used to like them dark razors, like the blue steel ones, not the ones that shiny stainless steel, but the blue steel.
How his cut was? His shit bubbled up or what?
No, when I seen him, he was wrapped up. When he came to the hearing, he had the mummy. You know what I'm saying? You know how they wrap you up with the mummy when you get cut in the face?
Yeah.
So when the hearing, I never seen. I don't know how his thing turned out, like the way his cut turned out.
Who was in Oneida with you at this time?
I can't. It was him. Like I said, my man Shaka was there. What's his name? Was Porter? No, who was there? What's his name? Co-defendant name, man. Oh, Germ was there. Puerto Rican Germ from East New York. Yeah, a lot of people know Son. Germ and Puerto Rican Germ was there. What's his name was there? What's his name? Gucci was there from over there. What's them projects over there by Fort Greene?
Farragut?
Yeah, from Farragut. Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Gucci was there. Everybody from Farragut and Fort Greene, they know Gucci. He was there. He dead now. Bless him. You know what I'm saying? Son was there. Who else was there? Because that's when my man had fell victim and started messing with boys, man, and it like broke everybody's heart. But that's still my son though. You know what I mean? But so they was marching down the bench, telling everybody, get up. Boom, smacking fire out of them. Yo, get up the bench. Wow. Yo, get up. Wow. Making dudes get up. Now I'm sitting on the bench, you know what I'm saying? And I had my food.
What year was that on Rikers Island when you said you was in the same dorm with the nigga Killer Ben and all of that?
Oh, that was in 88.
Who else was up in there?
Man, a lot of dudes was on the island at that job, son. I'm talking about Waymo and Darby and them was there. The dudes was locked up for Killer 50. Ben and them was there. They, Ben was on that. They had Ben name up in that 50 case, but Ben, Juju was there. Who else was there? Let me see. Dude from Queens, Big Ron, dude from Queens. What's his name was in my house? Courtney and Jeff from 40 Projects. From Baisley. Big Ron dude was from 40. All them dudes, we was all there in the 4 building. I'm not just the 4 building, but the 2 main houses. We was in Mar. First they had us in Mar 8, then they moved us and put us in Mar 9. It was Mar 9 and 4 upper. Those the 2 main houses. You had like Mar 2 and 2 lower and stuff like that, or rather Mar 2 and the other cop. We had Mar 2, Mar 8, and Mar 9, Mar 7. Mar 6 was New Jack at the time. Mar 7 was one side was MO and one side was regular. Then you had Mar 8 and Mar 9. And they would switch us up, like move the groups from Mar 9 to Mar 8 or whatever. And but it was mostly Mar 8, Mar 9 was mostly just Brooklyn, Queens house. You feel me? Mostly Brooklyn, Queens dudes. You know, like that. Yeah, really, you had some dudes from Uptown. Like, yeah, one dude from Uptown. They call Uptown. They used to, you know, like put in razor work. But it wasn't too many dudes from Uptown that was putting in like work like that. You know what I'm saying? I was with Natural Wise too. World Brother Wise. That was my man, bro, that got killed, bro. With the waves in his head, Natural Wise, man. He used to call himself Natural. He said, my name Natural Wise. That was World Brother. That's how I knew World Brother Wise. He was on the island with me. Son was cool. Son was with us. Man, there was so many dudes in our unit, bro. And I was a younger dude. You feel what I'm saying? They was 18, 19-year-olds. You feel me? They was all older than me. Been it all of them. But we was all in the same unit. And all of that. But one thing about it, the man had balls. You feel me? Yeah, son, your man had balls, son. So wherever I go, son, I'm gonna have balls, son. And I have balls. And you know, I have balls. And that's how I met, what's his name? Like, you know, Sha was there. Sha from Kingsborough. Everybody know, getting on money, big Sha, green eye Sha. He was there, and he was cool with my cousin Star. God bless him, that went back to the Essex. That was his man. He came and visit me and seen Sha on a visit. Like, yo, Sha, that's my cousin right there. Woo, woo, woo. So right there, Sha told everybody, like, yo, boom, boom. And then, you know, Ben was, what's his name? My cousin, people too. And, you know, so they was like, yo, whatever. So dudes knew I was there, knew who my family was. So, and it was dudes that was kind of like in power in the building that had big names. And that's why, like, when Son's brother came through, I ain't gonna lie, when Sha brother came through, Keith, dudes know Keith, Green Eye Keith from Kingsborough, dudes know Son. Son came through, and Son was in Mar 2 with Guy and all of them, with Guy Tony and them. And then he wound up coming down to Anima segment with me and Guy, son, and I ain't gonna front, son. I let Son live down there, son. I let Son live down there, son, on the strength that his brother was shot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, son, I didn't give him no, because, son, I was giving dudes the blues, son. I didn't care who they was, where they was from, and who they was, I was giving dudes the blues when they came down there, son. And dudes know it, too. I was giving them the blues, yo. And God told me he could, from Pink Houses, son, he could verify, because that was my son. He was down there with me, son. And Son knows something. Son was with me. Son know. He verified. You know, Son is the one that what's his name cut, Mano cut. You know what I'm saying? And that Mano got the cut over. The one that he got, the same dude. Son was with me. Son was my man. Pink Houses. And he tell you, Son repertoire on that joint was for real. I was there with Son and all of them. They was in with me on the island, and you know that's when it was real. That's when dudes was getting cut. And all you could get was 30 days in the shoe. That was the max you could get. The shoe wasn't nothing. The bang that we call it on the island, the bang, bang, bang. That's when I first learned about all of that stuff on the island, bro. About the phone, 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh. You had to establish yourself with phone time. You know, you learned everything.
Remember niggas used to be like, bing, 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 6 lower.
Dudes thought I was from Manhattan, son. Dudes came in there, dude named Big Shot. Me and Son wound up, you know what I'm saying, becoming, I'm talking about real, you know what I'm saying, real people. You know what I'm saying? Son wound up becoming, you know, Shot came through, he came through the pens just before I met him. You know what I'm saying? He came through and Son came in, you know, big, like, you know, big light skin dude, big, you know, size on him. You know, one of them dudes that was probably in Sparfit, you know, since he was 11 or something. You know what I'm saying? Doing push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Big Forza age type dude. You feel what I'm saying? The son came. I was in the Manhattan pens because I had a Manhattan case, right? And son had, I had caught a case in Midtown, and son had came to the Manhattan. I was going to Manhattan court, so son came to the Manhattan pens. But you know how Brooklyn dudes would come to Manhattan pens and harass dudes. But you know how it was. Harlem dudes at the time, you know, wasn't really, you know, they was getting money, but they wasn't really shaking on an island like that, not an adolescent like that. You had some, but majority of them wasn't shaking, and you know, most of them was getting locked up for little drugs. So like back then, you could tell what the dude was in, where he was from by the type of charge he had. Like if dudes had arson charges and stuff like that, most likely they was from the Bronx. If dudes, and you know, robberies, you know, from the Bronx too, but it murders is everybody. But majority of Brooklyn dudes is getting locked up. Like dudes got locked up for, if dude locked up for a robbery or murder or something like that. Majority of dudes for robberies and murders and stuff like that, you know, was coming from Brooklyn. You know, and you know, dudes that had like drug charges and stuff like that, you know, getting caught with cracks and caught a sale and stuff like that, was mostly dudes from Harlem, you know, from Harlem, and dudes from like, you know, Queens dudes used to catch a lot of sales too, because they used to be on the corners too. In Brooklyn, you know, dudes wasn't playing the corner, like dudes would be up in spots at the time a lot, but dudes in Queens and in Harlem, dudes used to play the corners, so dudes used to catch a lot of direct sales and stuff. So a lot of them dudes was coming in with direct sales on the island and stuff. So dudes was going in them pens like harassing dudes. So I was in the pen, boom, in a Manhattan pen, and his son came up in there, him and some other dudes, and they came up on some like trying to tell everybody to get off of the to get off of the bench. So they was marching down the bench, telling everybody get up, boom, smacking fire out of you. Yo, get up the bench, wow, yo, get up, wow, making dudes get up. Now I was sitting on the bench, you know what I'm saying, and I had my food. And you know how you bring your food and you put it in you got it in the bread bag with your, you know, your onion roll, your little pack of turkey, your little cup slice of Swiss cheese, and your little half a pack of Tang or whatever, you know, in the bag. And I got that joint like sitting between my legs, like on the floor, and I'm sitting on the thing. And then he get up to me, like, look at me, like, yo, you know what's up? He looking at me, but he sizing me up like, son don't look like he one of these dudes. You feel what I'm saying? But son looking at me, and son like, yo, like telling me like to get up, and I'm like looking at son, and I'm like, yo, this is about to be it right here. It's going down. And I'm like, yo, I bet you one of them dudes got a razor. I did not want to get cut with no razor, son. You feel me? I was like, yo, you know this. I'm like, man, my heart pumping. You know what I'm saying? My heart pumping. It's the, you know what I'm saying? The moment you feel, you know what I'm saying? Boom, and it's like how you react is gonna tell everything, you know. And when son was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, get up, I just looked at son. I didn't even say nothing. I was like, ignored him. And then son went, looked at the floor and see my thing, and son kicked my joint across the floor. Son booted my joint. He footballed my joint across the doggone cell, right? Boom, kicked my joint. Boom, and I got up. When I got up, the other two dudes that was with him came and stood right over him, like, stood right over me, like, what? Like, what's up? It was all three there. It was just me, and I was like, yo, I'm ready to pop off. Everybody in the cell, like, look it. I'm like, yo, I looked at them, and I just walked by, and they just let me walk by, and I picked up my stuff, and just picked up my stuff off the floor, and just looked at them, and stood against the wall, and just looked. And they was just there, you know what I'm saying? They just start harassing other people. They ain't even say nothing to me no more. You feel me? For real, son. They spared me. They ain't even say nothing. I picked up my stuff. I stood against the wall. I didn't say nothing. Like, yo, you pick my stuff? Like, yo, what's up? I ain't say nothing. All I was like, yo, I'm gonna see son somewhere, and I'm gonna do something to him. Like, if I'm gonna pick him up, so I'm gonna pick up something, or I'm gonna get me a nice little knife or something from somebody. I'm gonna get a weapon, and I'm gonna see son in the building somewhere, and son is gonna be my victim. He's gonna be the person that I get my reputation from. That's all I'm thinking in my head. You feel me? But how things work out is that son was up in Fort Upper. No, son was in Mard 2, and son was in there with dudes. And when I went to what's the name? When I went to Chow with my unit, and I seen son, and I pointed son out, and dudes knew dudes, and everybody knew everybody, and son dudes told son like, yo, son, you know how it go. Some of those dudes like, yo, son is people. And son was like, oh, son was like, yeah, son, So, me and son wound up, kicking or whatever, and son became one of my better dudes in the joint. And I give son props because son, when it was rough with dudes up north on the blood tip, when they was wasn't trying to let bloods get established up north, son was one of the few that I know that came up north and didn't say he wasn't, because a lot of dudes was saying that they wasn't blood when dudes was first coming up north, when stuff was first being established, like in the early 90s, you feel me? And dudes was like, they wasn't trying to let blood dudes establish themselves in the joints, but they felt like if they let them establish, they was going to take over, because they said that's how they did it on the island. So when dudes would come up from the island, dudes come up and they be on this compound, they be like, yo, dude blood, they be the Nyetas and the Kings wouldn't let them establish. They run them off the compound. But son was the dude that I give son. They respected son, and son stayed on the compound. You feel me? And when blood dudes came, he gave them their spiel and let them know, like, yo, if you gonna rock, dudes gonna rock with you. You feel me? If you feel like you ain't going nowhere and you gonna rock. But a lot of dudes, bro, was tucking their tail and leaving. So he wasn't gonna put himself on the line. The dudes was trying to tuck their tail. But if dudes was like, they gonna boom, he was him and a dude named Musk. You know what I'm saying? From it's like Flatbush in the stop. Musk, you know what I'm saying? He what Musk was from Crown Heights or the stop, something. I think something was from Crown Heights. Musk. He was a blood. He was back when they was calling themselves OG Lords. You know what I'm saying? And he was from back then, from non-trade. And son was a real dude. Son, he him and Shy, man, they both was like, yo, they some of the first dudes, man, I knew that held it down.
So it was safe to say that, and at that time, in that particular day, them niggas was the alpha males.
They was alphas in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen, I was an alpha, but I was in a different age group. I was in a different bracket. But I was just learning, really, the prison stuff. But son, it didn't take me long, son. Because one thing about it, a lot of dudes I learned, son, a lot of dudes was coming in there I was able to, like, transfer, like, because my thing is this. I just said, I'm going to be who I am in the streets, in prison. You feel me? Because I seen a lot of dudes coming from the streets and not being who they was in the streets in prison because they didn't have the tools of their trade. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And dudes used to harass a lot of dudes too. Like a lot of dudes that bust their gun hard in the street was little dudes, son. And when they came to prison, sometimes a little dude, if you ain't busting your gun in prison, it's like, even you can have a knife in prison, but if you a little dude, it is like you a little dude and you got a razor. And this dude is like 6'3", 220 pounds with a big sword in his hand. You feel what I'm saying? And you were and you 5'3", 145 pounds with a razor. You feel me?
Word up.
This dude in the street, you backed him down and robbed him and took everything he had and bust him upside his head with the gun, and he's scared to death you in the street. But right now, you a little dude that's 5'3", 140 pounds with a razor, and he's 6'3", 250 with a big knife. You feel me? And saying, "What's up now?"
Straight up.
And I seen a lot of that. You feel me? And they used to try to harass me, because they used to try to harass my man, because he was a little dude and he bust his gun hard in the street. But son wasn't having it, and a lot of us used to hold son down because son was a real dude. A little man God, because son was a little dude. A lot of dudes is little dudes. Ben is a little dude. He was a little dude, bless him. A lot of them dudes, man, I met them dudes was little. I used to hear their names in the street, son, and I used to see them dudes in prison. I'm like, man, a lot of these dudes is little dudes, yo. I'm like, what the heck? Like, yo, you the tough guy, but you know, you don't got them hammers, yo. It's a different thing of walking up on a dude with that knife and grabbing him by the collar and just poking him. You feel what I'm saying? Then pulling out that fist and standing, you know what I'm saying, 10 feet away and blowing his brains out. That's a whole different thing of getting up on a dude, you know what I'm saying, and grabbing his clothes so he don't go nowhere and stabbing him all up in the rib cage and stabbing him so hard with a bone crusher that you break his arm and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? And you feeling the knife going in and out of him with like the suction and stuff like that. And you feel what I'm saying, son? It's a whole different experience, son. It take a whole different type of heart for that.
It's a whole different
type of animal.
It's a different level of brutality.
Yeah, it's a different level of brutality, bro. And I be seeing it. So that's why when you brutal like that, son, you can see it in the person's eyes. So you can feel it you can feel their energy, son, because I'm a brutal dude, son. And when I be in rooms with other brutal dudes, son, I can feel it. And they can feel me, son, and they know, and they can feel it because they feel the bestiality in the air, son, and they know what's up. And I'll be like, yeah, okay, and they be like, yeah, okay, and that's what it be, son, because I'm a whole different type of animal, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not proud of the person I was or who I, you know what I'm saying? And like I told you, bro, I'm like redemption, bro. I redeem. I'm different. You feel what I'm saying? And I stay away from violence, and I'm in therapy, and I stay away from violence, and I stay away from the hood. I stay away from areas that bring out, my violent behavior, because like I stay away from the hood because I can thrive in them areas, and if I'm in the hood, it makes me become the person that I don't want to be, but I have to be that person in order to survive and thrive, and I want to survive and thrive in any area I'm in. That's who I am. So if I'm there, I have to become who I was in order to survive in that situation. So I stay away from that situation, and this is how I become a better me, man. You feel me? But during them times, man, them times happen, man, and I'm just giving it up. This is who I was, and I'm not proud of who I was, but I was who I was, and I did the things that I done. You feel me? And but one thing about it, son, I never would like being an oppressor. I didn't like oppressing people. And you met me, and you know I wasn't no oppressor, son. You feel what I'm saying? You know I wasn't no oppressor. You remember when I almost got into it as soon as I got there with son.
Yo, we out here with my bro Murder, you heard? Tell these people where we at right now. For those who know, New York is a new place with a lot of new people in it, and they stand on these places, they walk through these places, and they don't know the history of these places. You heard? So let's just give people a brief history of where we at.
They got the thing on the building. That's it right there. The one with the one you got the they be chasing. That whole building. It's the whole building, man. It's the whole building. I'm trying to show you this thing is so beautiful. It's the whole building. Listen, we used to climb up and go up to climb up because they used to have to try to sign you in. And if you couldn't get signed in, I'm saying you used to have to climb up this way, going in the back. You used to climb up through the back, go through the garage, then come down some other little alley, come in through the back door on one of the floors.
Greeley Square Park now. Dudes don't know. You said this used to be one of the wildest spots in Midtown.
Was it? For the Martinique Hotel, man. The Martinique Welfare Hotel. 32nd man and Broadway, right here. Man, it used to be the wildest thing out here.
What was going on in this park back in them days?
What you talking about? It was hustling. All of the guys, from the Bronx and Brooklyn used to come out here, and they used to be digging. Right here, they get off right here at 34th Street. From right here used to be Gimbals, and then it became A&S Plaza. But this is going right here, so this is where everybody got off the train at. All of the low lives. All of the low lives, they know about this park right here.
What you mean? You mean low lives, the Polo Gang, or just
No, the Polo Gang, the low lives. This is one of their stomping grounds. When they come to Midtown, this is where they all meet up at, because they all going up at Macy's most of the time. Or they used to go over here on the Gap. The Gap used to be on the corner of 34th Street right there. And they used to be digging out here. A lot of them used to dig pockets too. Everybody used to come through here digging, be kicking it with the guys that used to live in a hotel. They used to come out here that was hustling out here. But that's, it was a lot of crack being sold in this park back in the late 80s. So a lot of crack.
For those who don't know, in New York, it was a point in time where a lot of these hotels out here in Midtown was straight welfare hotels, and they was filled with you know, people that the government was paying their rent, and it was hundreds and hundreds of apartments, and these welfare hotels turned into crack war zones. You heard? And havens for crack dealers who wanted to come out here and make money. What type of money was they making out those hotels in them days?
Man, listen, this here, man, this was, I could tell you, between what was in the hotel and what was being sold in this park, with all the different individuals that were selling in this park that I personally knew, and knowing what they was hustling, man, listen, I can tell you this block right here probably generated 25 to 50 grand probably a day. I'm talking about this out, this, because it was, listen,
This is when crack was
in its prime. This is the years 87, 88, 89. You know.
So what type of hours? Like, so during the day, how is this
all
park?
day? They used to be sitting in here, hustling. You know, we be sitting in here. They be hustling. They sit. Before it used to be benches. It wasn't these bricks. It was benches. Everybody be sitting on the benches and just be here. As everybody, you know, customers come through, and you know, there was other. You know, people just come through all day because people was living in a hotel because it was basically a crack hotel, the welfare hotel, because it was mostly people that was coming, it was shelter overload basically. You know, during that time, New York had a lot of people that was homeless and displaced. You know, and they was putting them in instead of shelters, they was putting them in these welfare hotels. You know, that was a crazy era in New York. You know, during the time the welfare hotels. And out here, we had the Martinique Hotel that was right here on 32nd and Broadway. And then we had the Prince George Hotel that was over there on 28th and 5th. And then we also had the Lee Marquise, I think that was over there on 27th and 5th, right? Or probably could have been right across the, like, of course, it's over here somewhere. I think, matter of fact, on 28th and 5th, the Lee Marquise. It wasn't really that famous at that time, but it was a welfare hotel though. And over there on 42nd Street, that was the Highlands. And then on 54th, you had the Bryant. But
so all of these were straight welfare hotels.
And then on 103rd and Broadway, you had 103rd in Amsterdam, you had the Amsterdam. These was all welfare hotels. But the most popular ones during that era, where it was big hustling going on, really was the Prince George at 28th, and the Martinique right here on 32nd, and the Highland on 42nd, on the Deuce.
So how did you first find out that dudes was out here making money in these welfare hotels? Like,
nah, I had came out here, you know, basically to visit my partner cousin, and while I was here, I just seen what was going on. I was surprised I was here because I used to see the people out here because I used to run through here, like when I used to be digging and stuff, or you just come through just going on the robbing spree, like 500 dudes from Brooklyn used to get off the train and just run through Midtown wilding. You know how it was back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? We used to be just, you know, doing what we do.
So how old was you when you first noticed the welfare hotels?
Like 16. 16.
Yeah. So then what happened? You decided to come out here by yourself? And
nah, I just, you know, I was out here and I seen what was going on, you know, and I seen the money that was out here. And since I was a hustler and I was a robber, and that's what they was doing, they was robbing and hustling, you know, and I was on the run, so I was like, yo, I'm gonna chill right here and get to the bag. And that was it. And I was out here and I became a Midtownian, you know, somebody that you know that did their thing in Mid.
So what type of characters was out here? What type of characters was hanging in this park right here selling crack? And where was these people from mostly?
Yo, well, for real, the people was from all over the place. They was from you know, they was from all over the place. They was from Brooklyn, the Bronx. And I'm saying they was from every, you know, some in New York City. Where it was people from all over, and that was the thing. A lot of people met a lot of different people and made, you know, camaraderie, you know, ships and all of that. You know, they made friendships with people from other boroughs, like a lot of Brooklyn dudes that never really hung out in the Bronx, met people that was from the Bronx here and got cool with them and start going up their way in the Bronx. And that's why a lot of those Brooklyn dudes start hanging up in the Bronx. Like a lot of us was from Brooklyn, but we was digging and like robbing and stealing with a lot of the, different lowlifes from the Bronx. And dudes didn't know, they had lowlife chapter also up in the Bronx.
I didn't even know they had.
Yeah, they had Bronx lowlives. Everybody, any lowlife listening to this know they had lowlifes in the Bronx. But so we used to go with them dudes and we used to be digging out here and we used to go up town up there 166, 167 in College and Finley and all of that, and Clay and all of that. So we used to be up there in the Bronx with them and we got familiar with the Bronx, and that's how a lot of us even start hanging in the Bronx. Basically that's how I started going to the Bronx. I never used to hang in the Bronx until I started coming to Mid. It's Mid that basically introduced me to go into basically a lot of the other boroughs, because all of the people that I was meeting from here was some other boroughs and stuff, and then we used to go to their boroughs where they was from, and I started, anywhere I went, I hustled and I robbed, and utilized my weapon of choice in every place that I went.
So was there other dudes from Brownsville that you knew that was out here hustling at that time? I'm talking about like in this park, or in this particular hotel?
From Brownsville? It was people like, I'm not gonna mention, I ain't gonna mention no names about nobody who was out here and stuff like that, because this is a place that I'm telling you, man, a lot of people that came from out this area, man, hold this place kind of sacred. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a defining point in their lives. Trust me, this place here, man, is a defining place in life. Because you know how the crack era defines a lot of, people's lives. Like it defines what's going on in the world right now. The crack era.
So was niggas selling crack more expensive in this park?
Crack was they was nicks out here. Well, you know what? They was nicks out here and traded the same thing that we saw all around New York. But I'm gonna tell you one thing about it, though. That stuff moved so fast.
How was the flow? Like, how was that flow?
It was incredible.
Where they was coming through, like this gate right here?
This thing wasn't here. None of this was here. None of this wooden stuff was here. Only thing was here was that thing. Was that
statue.
What you see here? None of this stuff was here that you see. Only thing that was here when we was here was that statue. That's it. And one thing you see here was here. Not one thing. Not one thing.
So what? It was just a fence around the park?
Yeah, it was a gate going around, but it was benches.
So was it like a regular hood city park with regular green benches type status?
Regular green benches going around, but nothing. You just walk through. It was just like them ones over there. It was just regular. But it was crazy because people was out here. People used to sleep on the benches. People be out here hustling all night. I'm talking about all night. Anytime you came here, you find people hustling in this park. I'm talking about you come at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, anytime. We used to be up with the birds out here hustling, man. This was the park, Greeley Square. Martin Meat.
How was niggas getting away from, like, what was police doing at that time? Like, how niggas was looking out for the police?
I'm saying the police, they was coming, but
they couldn't control the flow, so
they couldn't, dudes used to run from the police, They should know, they the same way. Everybody run from the police. They run. We was kids. We was children, man. We was kids. So we ran from the police. If they come and get us, dudes used to get caught. Regular stuff. Robberies used to get caught, doing, hand to hand or something. They try to come in. Everybody throw their bottles. They crack bottles. Dudes was kids. It wasn't like. It was some older people out here, but mostly it was a lot of, kids. It was a lot of us 21 and under.
The hotel was set up in them days. Like, how much people was inside this hotel?
Man, there was so much people living in there, It's crazy. You gotta understand, they had 16 floors, and on the floors, the majority of the floors had 44 rooms. 44 rooms, bro.
44 rooms on each floor?
On each floor, bro.
And it was
put that together. You add that up. And in each one of them, they had people that was living in there that, it was mostly female women with children.
So you said it was mostly females.
It was women with children, you know. It was young women with children. It was women with children. You had a lot of males in there, like males that was there also, you know, people with children, but, you know, mostly it was women with children. Then you had, you know, they was having company, you know, people were staying there with them. Women had their boyfriends, there, you know, man, listen.
So, what was the floor game like in the hallways? Like, dudes used to be in the hallways hustling on them on the floor?
In the room, like you could go to each, like you had rooms that some of the rooms was crack spots, some of the rooms they sold weed out of, some of them was after hours, like you what you call it, like bootleg spots. You go by wine and you sell like, you know, Wild Irish rolls. They sell like Wild Irish rolls or
stuff,
you know, Thunderbird and stuff like that, like cheap wine and stuff. No bootleg rooms or whatever.
So you say each floor had different shit, like
like
different shit on different floors.
Yeah, different floors. Some floors you might have 3 or 4. People had stores in there, like, you know, like some people sold food. Some people had stores like where they sold regular, like in a can, like in a can. Yo, man, this is just, black people gonna try. Yo, it felt like kind of like a can, bro. Now that I look at it, how people, man, listen, man. That stuff, man, that era was something else, man. Them hotels was something else,
so
man.
was dudes getting shot in these hotels? Like,
yeah, man, I don't even want to talk about all that right there. But dudes done got killed, bro. Dudes done got killed, man. This stuff was making the papers out here. People done got killed in these hotels, man. Women done drowned their babies in these hotels, in the tub and stuff like that. All people gotta do is research, man, and look up the articles from these welfare hotels back in the 80s and see all the stuff that was going on in these joints, man.
I got that New York Times
man,
account.
So all you gotta do is research it.
So let me ask, man, like, was it times where dudes was just coming to these hotels and trying to take hotels over from other dudes that was running hotels?
Yeah, well, like, you know, dudes was trying to take over the park. Dudes came trying to take over the park. Dudes was trying to, like dudes from Prince George before it came around and try to like take over the park before.
So it was other crack hotel crews trying to take over different crack hotels.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And them crews was mixed boroughs.
Yeah,
it was dudes mixed up.
Yes, sir. Mixed up, or dudes who was just, you know, dudes was just going over there, putting their press down. They coming over here, trying to put their press down. You know what I'm saying? Then going to these hotels like, yo, they trying to put their press down. You know what I'm saying? You had dudes who was putting the press down. Like, you know, certain dudes from Brooklyn to come down and put their press down and try to find some of those dudes out there hustling, try to give them work. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you gonna sell my work for me? And there's certain dudes from the Bronx or uptown was coming down, giving dudes work. They find somebody that already live in a hotel, and they be like, yo, and they try to get them to hustle for them, because everybody know it was a lot of money generated down here. And it was like, it was a lot, because there was a lot. When I said the 25 to 50, that's probably, the numbers is probably, you know, really kind of small, right? You know what I'm saying?
What percentage of people you think was getting high?
Man, the whole
in those hotels?
Listen,
like, was it people in those rooms that people that wasn't getting high? That was just chilling.
That wasn't getting high. That was just chilling. That was there, just, you know, people like, you know, might be somebody's sister. Like, she just got this place. She's on welfare. She had 3 kids, and you know.
But it was a high percentage.
She was trying to get an apartment. So to try to get an apartment, you have to go to the shelter system. And so to go to the shelter system, this is where one of the places where they put you at.
So. But it was a high percentage of people that was there that was smoking crack.
Yeah, man. A lot of people. Yeah, man. A lot of people smoke crack that live there, man.
So dudes used to just bring it to their room, like when they serving, they just bring or the tenants just go get it.
They go to, if you know a room that has somebody that had crack, you go.
So dudes just be posted up in the room, slinging all night in the rooms, ripped up and all of that.
Yeah, they just be up in there.
And what about robbery games? Like, was dudes coming down with robbery squads trying to run up in the spots?
You got dudes that came down before, like over here, that try to like rob dudes in the park, dudes from Brooklyn, but it was like one time they came 1 or twice, they tried to rob dudes in the park, but all of the dudes over here really hustled together. They kind of was all like, you know, they was all of the dudes that was here was dudes that had family that lived here, so they was here and they basically was holding it down. A lot of stuff, you know, happened. A lot of people lost their lives and stuff like that out here. You know what I'm saying? And people hold that sensitive to their heart, you know, so I'm not going to talk about that stuff. But there was a lot of stuff going on out here, man. This was a whole nother world, Midtown, man. You know, if you came through Midtown in the 80s, man, and you was out here, man, you know how it was over here with the welfare hotels, and you know how it was over there on the Deuce, over there on 42nd and 8th. You know how it was over there by Showroom. You know how it was over there at Port Authority, how it was going down there. You know how it was going down in Midtown. You know the spot. You know, and it was a whole different culture down here. People that's from Midtown, man, was out here. They always find themselves back down here. They always draw them to it. They always come back. Trust me, I know about it.
So you got some dudes that started hustling in Midtown and they just never came back.
They
Like,
just
just stayed
here
here forever and just
Stayed
went to
here
jail,
forever.
caught all their cases down here.
Yep.
Because I know dudes I was
There's
up
a whole
north
bunch,
with
and
that they from Harlem, but they caught all their cases in
they from
Midtown.
Brooklyn, they call their cases in Midtown. There's a whole bunch of dudes like that, and that's what I said. It's like a little cult. It's like a cult, you know, of the people that's from down here, man. You know, it's a cult, man. You know, that's why I really don't like speaking on Midtown, cause especially the one for hotels and stuff. But that's, like I said, it's like a cult thing, man. It's like, you know, that's a little sacred era, man. You know, and it defined a lot of people where they at today, their relationships and all of that, you know. So, you know, that's what it is. Man.